Yesterday, I built this in about 15 minutes on iOS 27. Yep, Space Invaders. So there's a really cool new feature of iOS 27, which I'm kind of excited about because I think it opens the door to sort of vibe coding for a lot of people. But the really awesome thing about it is they don't have to think about code at all. I want to show you how easy it is if you've not seen it yet. I don't know what you call this menu, whatever it is. There's now a describe extension button. And when you tap that, you can literally describe an extension and what you want it to do. So I decided to create a little Space Invaders game. I said, I want a Space Invaders style game. And I kept the prompt very short. I'm assuming that the model that they had doing this under the hood knows what Space Invaders is and can kind of make up a semi-equivalent game. And what it's come up with is fine. And I can iterate, and I did iterate on it from that starting point. But it was very basic to begin with. Let me show you the game. There wasn't the start screen. There was a score, and there were lives. And I've changed some of these things. But it opened up on tap in this kind of modal panel, this slide up panel. So it's not taking over the page underneath, but obviously as an extension. You could build extensions that modify the content of the screen. But it came straight into the game. And when I was tapping the screen, nothing was happening. You can see now it fires, but it wasn't reacting to the iPhone interface. So that was a bit weird. So I came out of that. You can edit your extensions by clicking manage and then going into one of the ones that you've described. And you just literally describe how you want it to change. So let's give it a go. I want to change the attacking tokens to look like alien spacecraft. Use this emoji. And it's going to go and do it. The thing is, you're not seeing, what you're not getting from this is all of the JavaScript or the deployment process of making the extension work inside the browser environment or figuring out which APIs and everything to make it work. I've just described in simple language what I want, and Apple have done their magic and figured out how to make it all work. It's figured out all the hits, it's figured out score, I can fire a lot. There's no audio, maybe I could add some audio. They get faster, they shoot more. It's really actually quite hard. And I did prompt a lot of that extra stuff, like they should get faster when you increase to the next level, and then it saves my high score. I'm really happy with it. I think it's really cool. So yeah, there are some limitations as to like what it's capable of doing. So you can't build extensions which call out to services. Like you couldn't accidentally end up building an extension which creates a denial of service. There doesn't seem to be a way to share the extension that I've created, so I don't know how I can allow other people to use it, which would be kind of cool, to be honest. Like, if I could give it to somebody else, maybe that'll come by the time that iOS 27 gets released. It's not using on-device models, it's clearly reaching out to Apple's servers somewhere to build the extension and then shipping it back to my device, because this doesn't work when I turn Wi-Fi off. But the extension that I built, once it's installed inside of Safari, works fine without any internet connection. As long as you're building something that doesn't require an internet connection, then you can use it completely offline, which is pretty awesome. The thing that I think is really exciting about this is that it's allowing normal people who use Safari every day on their phones to build software, solutions to their own problems using simple language, which is the promise of AI, at least from a software point of view. And I feel like Apple have nailed it. They've delivered. They've made something that's super accessible. You don't have to think about how it might go wrong, and they've got a nice perimeter, like a security perimeter around it. Like you can't do things. It just doesn't let you do things that they don't want you to be able to do, which can be annoying because, legitimately there are lots of really cool things that you might want an extension to be able to do, but you won't be able to build it using this tool. You'd have to still end up building it yourself. And because it doesn't have a way to get the code, you can't build on top of what's already been built, which means you kind of have to start from scratch. But let's see. Maybe Apple will sort some of that stuff out. I just think this is awesome, and it shows that, at least from Apple's point of view, they think there's some demand for normal people wanting to build solutions to their own problems using AI on their device. And that gives me a lot of confidence about what we're building with native PHP because we think the same. And I think that when we get to where we're going, or at least a few stops on the way to where we're going, maybe by then people will be already warmed up to the idea of using AI to manipulate the software that's running on their phones. So that's why I think it's cool. And I hope you liked the video and give it a thumbs up and subscribe, etc., because that makes me feel good about myself.